the Family Repertory's first stand-up comedy show. I am so excited to be up here hosting you guys because you guys are all very funny. I know you, some of you I don't know, like Carlos, I don't know.
I'm funny.
That's not a roast. I'm leaving when you go up. But honestly, I know everyone up here. I know everyone is funny, even when they're not. Or when they think they're not being funny. And so I always thought that I was a little funny. And Marvin said, "I'm gonna put you up there. I'm gonna create something and have you host." And I was like, yeah, we should do that. And I never thought that I'd be up here hosting a comedy show, and now I am, and I'm psyched. I'm ready. So now, the jokes that I was supposed to write for tonight, I'm gonna have them ready for the next one. So. All right. So we have a 5-comedian lineup, and that's just for you to know. Just so you know how long I'm gonna be here. We're gonna start with Mr. Bori Morales. Bori Morales has a comedic style that's as versatile as his uproarious. Bori Morales has established himself as a true stand-up comic, hailing from El Barrio. This quick-witted payaso has been tickling funny bones across all 5 boroughs with his unique blend of observation and humor, a razor-sharp wit, and a dash of irreverence. Get up here, mister.
Wow, she is so good. You know, I love that joke. I'm not going to roast you. Don't worry about it. So let me let my hair down so we can really get into this.
Oh!
Yeah, there you go. Now, I grew my hair out so I could look like Aquaman, but turns out I look like Puerto Rican Christ. But that's okay because we all come in different sizes and shapes, and apparently I'm shaped like a Puerto Rican giraffe. And the misconception about Puerto Ricans is that we all carry knives. Listen, not all Puerto Ricans carry knives. Some of us leave it in the car. What you write that? Oh, it took a while to get that one.
I got mine.
There you go. Now, I grew up poor, so some kids grew up with imaginary friends. At Christmas time, my parents were so poor they gave us imaginary gifts. Do you know how hard is it to own an imaginary bike? I kept forgetting where I put it. So let me tell you a horror story that I had on a plane ride to Vermont. I went to the airport, they canceled the flight completely, and they said, hey, listen, we can give you another flight. It's on a different airline, which I never heard of, and you get $100 off, and we give you some airline miles. Now, I took it because I'm a cheap bastard, so I did it, no problem. So I didn't know what was up until I saw the plane pull up. This thing was bright yellow. It looked like a big banana on wheels. And then it had like a black line on it, like sort of those school buses that we used to have as kids. But it was like the small one, so it was the bus for the special kids. So this is what they gave me, the special ed bus with wings. Now, I didn't know how small that plane was until I actually went inside of it. I'm 6'5". This thing, the roof on the top was right here. This plane was built for elves. So, and the walkway was about 2 feet. It was like this. So I had to grab my bag, my one bag, and then I had to walk like a raptor from Jurassic Park trying to get over there. My seat was all the way in the back, right in the like they were punishing me. So I get there and I look at the seat and the what's her name? The stewardess. I was about to say mistress. The stewardess. Even when I miss it, I go laugh. That's great. So she says, "Hey, sir, is that your seat?" And I'm like, "No, I think that's an Oompa Loompa seat." So she says, "Sir, you have to sit down, or you're gonna have to leave the plane." I said, "Screw it, I'm gonna sit down." So I'm trying to get these Stellador breadstick feet in there, and then I sit down, and it's just like it's like this. So she goes, "Sir, are you comfortable?" I'm like, "Yeah. Just let me know when the gynecologist comes so you can check my vagina." So the plane begins to take off, and all of a sudden I'm like, "What the fuck?" And I'm like this for like 30 seconds up in the air. Now, after a while, they come to check on me, and then and offer me snacks. "Sir, would you like some salted nuts?" I'm over here stuck, and I'm upset, and I'm like, "No, I don't want no salted nuts. I can taste my salted nuts." So, all of a sudden, I try to put my arm down over here to get comfortable, and it gets stuck. So now, I said, "You know what, screw it, I'll worry about it later. I'm gonna just like go to sleep." I go to sleep, I wake up, and everybody's gone. So I said, "Screw it, let me get out." I take my bag from under the seat, I move my right foot and my right hand, and then I realize that my left leg, my left arm, and the left side of my face is all asleep. So now I look like a raptor got injured coming down here. And then I walk out of the plane like this. So all of a sudden somebody stops me, "Sir, slow down. You gotta stand right there." And I'm like, I thought I did something. She comes and makes an announcement on her radio that the whole airport could hear. I'm standing there like this. She goes, "Gate 87, we need assistance for a handicapped person." "I'm not handicapped. I'm handicapped." And she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry to offend you, sir. Yes, right, you're not handicapped." I'm like, "No, my leg, my arm fell asleep." And she's like, "I'm sorry that happened to you." She then gets a wheelchair. They come pick me up. They drop me off at the baggage claim and just leave me there with the wheelchair. They're probably thinking, "Oh, somebody's gonna pick up these vagabonds." So I'm in Vermont, and the guy that picked me up probably has never seen a Latino in his life, right? So he has a sign with my name on it, but he misspelled my name. My name is Morales. This dude had a sign that said more or less. And by the way, Vermont, it is the whitest place on the planet. I didn't see one person of color. It was like visiting a jar of mayonnaise. You'll get that one eventually. So I'm getting old. There you go. She got it. I'm getting older, and my friends tend to tell me how old I get. They see the beard and they're like, they say sarcastic things. They're like, "Hey, Carlos, you got a little gray there. Hey, any time for Just for Men?" And I tell them, "Hey, any time for you to just shut the fuck up." But I know I'm getting old. I turned 50 last year, and on my birthday, I tried to walk a flight of stairs, and when I took my first steps, my knees were like, "Screw you, we're done." I just gone. Oh, I'm sorry, I stepped on something here. What the hell is that? All right, there we go. I didn't even know what the hell that was. We got roaches in here? It ain't no Puerto Rican show without some roaches. So, as you get older, people want advice from you. But I'm not that type of guy. My dad, on the other hand, was the type of guy that you go for advice. Even though it was kind of weird the advice he would give me. Like I remember when I was 14, they were having sex ed in class. And I asked my dad, hey dad, what's safe sex? And he goes, is she pregnant? No. He's like, then you're safe. But as I got older, me and my dad became more buddies and everything else. And I called him one day to pick me up from a bar because I was too drunk to drive. And apparently he was too drunk to know where the car was. So we find the car, he gets in, I get in, and he's just sitting there. I'm like, Dad, what are you doing? He goes, Mijo, someone stole the steering wheel. I'm like, Dad, you're in the back seat. Thank you guys, that's my set.
Woo!
That's very funny. I have a similar. I don't. I'm short. Thank you, Brody. That was very funny. You're right. Sometimes things after 50, things go over our head, but we catch it. All right. Next up is Erin T. Gibson.
Woo!
All right, give it up. Erin is an actor, a stand-up comedian, a voiceover artist, a writer, a producer, also a director. You can see her as Miss Monica on the Netflix children's series Team 2. She currently makes you laugh at stand-up clubs such as Broadway Comedy Club, the Greenwich Village Comedy Club, Dangerfield's West Side's Comedy. Why didn't you write a joke for me in this? Why didn't you put a joke in there for me? Let me.
An avid lifetime watcher.
That's right.
Anything but the news.
Dangerfield's West Side Comedy Club, Stand Up New York, and other comedy clubs around the city and the tri-state area. The sci-fi musical comedy she directed and comedy club. Okay, sorry. Stand Up New York. Right. Stand Up New York and other clubs around the city and the tri-state area. The sci-fi musical comedy she directed and co-produced, Alien Adventure. The Adventure won 4 awards. Woo! At the MITF and the Murder Mystery Comedy. The Alan Parsons Show appeared at the Broadway Comedy Club. The solo show she directed and co-produced, Imagine Dat, D-A-T, had a well-reviewed run off Broadway club. The Comedy Club. The solo show she directed and co-produced, Imagine Dat, had a well-reviewed run off Broadway at the Triad Theater. Erin is a member of various organizations, NYWIFT. It's the New York Women in Film and Television, SAG-AFTRA.
Coming to the stage!
Yes.
Screen Actors Guild, American Federation in Radio. Well, she does have an Instagram and a Facebook.
Oh God, Instagram.
Erin, www.erintgibson.com. Welcome, Erin. Get up here.
Oh, great. Give it up for her.
Yeah, I was just doing a little exercising there on the couch. I'm used to having a mic stand, so I'll just, yeah, that was, a little yoga. The stretching dog and cat and whatever goes on. You girls know that. Some of the boys do too. They do that hot yoga thing. It's crazy. Remember the fireman thing? When they picked up all the stupid hoses and they did the pick up, pick up, pick up, and then a fireman would actually show up. Woo! Yeah, hose man. So there you go. Now I'm so annoyed with the news. I'm glad you mentioned Lifetime earlier because I am done with the news, okay? Done. We know what's going on out there. Fly, 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 fly. I've been watching really dumb stuff. Naked and Afraid. I mean, seriously? You're out there in the woods, naked and afraid, swimming in the mud with a snake? I mean, seriously? I'm scared to see you naked. I'm afraid. So, I mean, there you are, looking at this weird man swimming naked and afraid, and then this chick comes out, and look, I just had we'll be a little serious for a moment, a biopsy. I would show it to you, but I have a multicolored breast because I went to a biopsy, and I was waiting for the leprechaun to come find me. You know, the pot of gold at the bottom of the rainbow. But no, he never came. Hi, where's me gold? No, I would have kicked his ass. It was Harlem. We already had that movie. Nobody ever learns. They keep doing the same stupid movies, right? Sigourney Weaver, flamethrowers, Jason in the mask, and I don't know the other one in the mask. There's a hockey mask and another mask. I don't know. But anyway, it's always the woman that kicks their ass. So just remember that, dudes, right? Don't come in the kitchen when we're cooking. We will hit you with a frying pan. Because we were talking about Lifetime. 5 rules of Lifetime. Well, there's probably 7 or 8, but the basic 5 rules of Lifetime. But then we'll get back to the naked and afraid. 1, never have an argument at the top of the stairs. 2, always check the cutlery. 3, never hire a nanny or the pool boy better looking than you. And 4, the fire pokers. Always the fire pokers and the swimming pool. It always ends up that the swimming pool ends up to be this huge thing and somebody falls into the swimming pool. Now, oh yeah, bring them in. Let them come in. I might fire poker them. Anyway, no, so then I was watching this guy today on another show. He's, you know me, when I'm not acting or doing the comedy thing, I have my animals. And I love animals, and I'm trying to work for zoos. Oh, monkeys. Monkeys throwing things at the zoo on the History Channel, all better than whatever's going on the news. So all of a sudden, this guy, he has extinct or alive. And this guy is like grown up in Zimbabwe. He's this white dude, and he walks around looking for extinct animals, which I can appreciate. He wants to find them, he wants to help breed them, but he's walking around like this. Oh, look, it's a cobra! And he starts messing with the cobra. Oh, it's a centipede with red legs, and he's screwing around. Meanwhile, his cameraman's backing up like this, going, oh, shit. And then the other guy goes, snake, snake. And then these macaques are coming out of the trees. I'm like, macaques? Are they tailed macaques? This is how intense I've gotten in my zoological studies. Is it a macaque with a tail? Or is it a tailless macaque? Oh no, these were tailed macaques. So they were swinging and throwing things. So then they go up. Then he jumps in the water to find a turtle. A turtle, not a tortoise. Please be correct. Tortoises are land. Turtles are water. And he jumps in and grabs this big turtle. And he grabs it, and it's snapping and fighting, and he's like, yeah, I found the turtle. And then an anaconda shows up. Okay, let's look at the anaconda. We've already fought a cobra. We've already had a problem with a centipede. And of course, this is Colombia or Thailand or somewhere. And this is what we've come down to, people. The news is so bad I mean, I don't know about Vanderpump Rules. I don't know anything about them, don't care. Their boobs are all fake, mine are real, and one is black and blue, and I'm going to graciously, my husband did not pay for this one, and my ex-husband, which I don't have, did not pay for this one. And I'm the only half-black Italian girl to grow up in Aspen, Colorado, so breast jobs are usually a normal thing. I might be looking at a breast job. I'm just a little bit, but I'm here. I don't know if you can tell, but it's okay.
They look wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, girl, the girls are good. Anyway, then imagine me trotting on a horse. Woohoo! Trot, trot, trot. Way, ow, oh, double sports bra. Oh, yes. So, yeah, it's getting a little much, but that's okay. We're all getting older. A little gray streak in my hair today. Had a birthday on Monday, and I just rolled over and fell asleep and watched Another Lifetime with a woman that hired a nanny, younger than her, who her husband doinked. I like the word doinking, okay? It's kinder than the other words. Doinking. Doinking, okay? We don't do that. We just don't do that. And then, of course, there's the secretary that's doinking, I don't know, and then stuff goes awry, and there's an argument, like I said, at the top of the stairs, somebody falls down, it's a whole ruckus, and whenever the dog barks in the front yard, please, get your damn dog, because it's barking for a reason. Somebody's in your front yard, right? You live in the suburbs. Maybe it's a bear. We were talking about bears. I'm scared of bear off my porch with 2 pots and pans. Bears don't care. They just want to have some food and open your trash can and leave. But no, everybody has to turn into like this white person angst. I'm sorry, but in my hometown, everybody's white and blonde, and they all want to skate, and they all don't want to throw their garbage out. So they do the ski lessons, and they have their booby jobs, and they do their thing, and they cannot throw their frickin' laundry out. Or their garbage. They just throw everything onto the front freaking porch. And the bear comes in and goes, and then a deer hops by, and then there's a coyote. Oh yes, and this guy looking for the animals, he was looking for the chupacabra. Now that turned into a whole, he's already fought with a cobra, he's already jumped in the water in Colombia chasing some kind of a turtle. And now all of a sudden, he's looking for the chupacabra, which actually, and he has to stab them with like a needle, okay? A needle. I'm sorry, I'm a little too intellectual sometimes, but he has to stab them with a needle and get a hair sample. Okay, for all his animals to prove their DNA. Okay, DNA. Okay, we're gonna get DNA from a chupacabra. Whatever, dude. You're white, you're weird, you grew up in a... That's okay. I got you. At least I'm not watching the news. And my husband always wants to watch the news. I steal the whole remote and I change it to the History Channel. Oh yeah, and the psychopathic, people that used to work there. Like killers, Atticus and Genghis Khan, and all those guys, and then they have a shrink come on and say that they were narcissistic freaks. I'm like, really? You didn't read history? Are you nuts? So back to the stupid whatever it was he was chasing. He found out that the chupacabra might be DNA related to the hairless dog from Mexico and a coyote. Okay, I got that. So who humped who? And who let that happen? Okay, and everybody, I'm almost out of time, but I would like you all to know that if any of you are dog owners here, please, enough with this DNA stuff with your dogs. Calling your dogs squaddle-doodles and scoopadoodles and scoopadoodles, and I can't even, I have a friggin' pit bull, and she's pretty much blind and spoiled to death. But really, seriously, and when I see a big dog with a little dog, or I hear that one is a big dog breed with a little dog, I'm only hoping that the little dog was the boy. I mean, seriously? Really? Really? The dog run? Are you kidding me? So anyway, that's my time. I hope I didn't freak you all out. And yes, you can find me anywhere. Merci. Tout à l'heure.
I'll look at
Marion, thank God you had that biopsy. Thank God you found it early enough to get it done. I mean, whatever was there.
I can show it to you all.
I want to see it, but
It's purple.
I don't want these guys to see it. I wanted to say, before this whole thing ends with the dog DNA, my dog Gia was a Lhasa shoe.
Oh, God, no.
Just because if we can't talk about it anymore, I want to be able to have said that at least once. My dog was Gia. I inherited her after her dog owner passed away, and the owner paid a lot of money for her, like $1,500, something crazy like that. She just knew that she was a Lhasa, a full-blooded Lhasa, and when I inherited her, I was like, I still need to know, even though I know she's a Lhasa, I needed to know, and I paid whatever amount of money for this test just to find out that she was a Lhasa shoe. And I could have paid less money for her insurance, but because she already started out as a full Lhasa, I couldn't change it. So I had to pay full insurance for a Lhasa shoe who was not really a Lhasa. So that dog cost me a lot of money. Anyway, you know who really wanted to be here? Latecomers. Thank you for getting here, guys. I love you guys.
You're latecomers!
Thank you. All right.
And they have nice hats.
They do. They're all just nice and are funny and wear nice hats. Okay, our third comedian is Marvin Camilo Valentine. Marvin Camilo Valentine is the Executive Artistic Director of the Family Repertory Company. His many talents are storytelling and hosting many cabarets and comedy shows. Most notably, WBAI's Too Hot for Radio Comedy Hour. This is Marvin's first stab at stand-up and is ready to murder it. See what I did there? I mean, he did there.
We have a lot of murder going on.
He's also a talented writer, director, actor, and the man can sing. He is a Marv of all trades because his name ain't Jack. Welcome, Marvin Camilo Valentine.
Let's give it up for our wonderful host, Liz Z. Yes, I'm using my stripper announcer voice. Welcome to the stage. How's everybody tonight? All right. Do we have any black folks in the house? All right, I can't talk about them. Do we have any gays in the house? Let me hear my gay people. Shit, I can't joke about them. Is my mom here? My mom, not our mom. Good, my mother's not here. We're gonna talk about my mother. Video camera off, please. So, I was born and raised in Greenwich Village, 1970, so rents were, I grew up poor, you know, and we have a phrase, we do poor well. My mom is the master Jedi of poor. Okay. growing up, I'm the youngest of 4, and everything were hand-me-downs. So I received the hand-me-downs of my older sister Eva, who went down to my brother Michael, that went down to my sister Alicia, that came to me. And sometimes there were cousins in between, okay? It happens. However, when I went to elementary school, it was nothing. Yeah, elementary school, you don't give a shit what you're wearing. Junior high school, it's different. And I went to IS 70, which is on 17th Street between 8th and 9th. Hodgepodge of different ethnicities. So I get in there, 6th grade, everybody's wearing, they got their Adidas shell tops, they got their Lees with the patch, remember the patch? And they rip off the patch and all that shit, right? So they were like, yo, Mom, what's up, man? Yo, I got my Lees, I got my Levi 501s, what you got? Might say Levine. Levine? Get Levine? I'm like, yeah, and it stands for Nikki Levine. Nikki Levine was the kid that lived 2 blocks away from me that was 3 years older than me. That my mom, she cleaned house for their family, and the mother would graciously give my mom clothes. So I'm walking around bragging about Nikki Levine clothes. And these kids are talking, I'm wearing freaking Tigras and Lees and, you know. And then, so I said to my mom, Mommy, why do you make me wear everybody else's clothes? I got nothing new. And, you know, matter of fact, but, you know, we had dogs in the house. I never had a dog until I was in my 20s. Everybody else did. I didn't have a dog. My oldest sister had Easter. My brother Michael had Moose. My sister Alicia had, she had all. Blackie, Mikey, Bozo, Mishu, and I always remember at one point, Blackie was the oldest of her dogs, and he was like 13. He was in his last 2 years of his life when they, guess what? Hand-me-down dog. Yeah, he's yours now. So, I know my family's gonna kill me. They're not here though, except my niece. So, yeah, I was like, Mom, I got nothing new. You didn't know me. You want new things? I give you new things, okay? We're going to go to the store and new things. And she's like, where we go? Oh, I will go to Maze. I'm thinking, Macy's. Yeah, Macy's. No, Maze. Anybody that knows Maze? Right? Every day is a sales day at Maze. Maze was the Puerto Rican Macy's on 14th Street and Union Square, and everything was at reduced prices. Yeah, so I'm like, you know, but I didn't know. And I'm like, all right, cool. I go in, you know, to the Husky section. You know. That ain't funny, guys. You know, so, and there's my mother buying, and I'm looking. Then my mother said, no, that's okay, I got another place to go. So we get out of Maze and we go down the block. There was a store, anybody remembers 14th Street between 5th and 6th? There was a store called Robbins. Robbins was like hell. Because Robbins was like, if you know those stores, they're just wide open. There's no door to go in, it's just openness. And we would walk in, and right in the very front, double this thing, it's a bin. Full of fucking sneakers. And not just any sneakers, you know. There were no Adidas, Nikes weren't in yet. Anybody remember Zips? And then you gotta go through the fucking bin and pick out the ones that match. And you're like, and my mother, oh, these are good, you know, and I kid you not, one time I had size 10 and 10 and a half, one was sky blue, the other was dark blue. I'm like, Mom, this ain't working. So she would probably get me these Zips. And I would go through the schools, and at that time there was a pair of sneakers that came out that everybody was rocking called Kangaroos. And you had the pockets and everything, so people were like, so it was Adidas shell tops, Puma suede, Kangaroos, those were the sneakers, and I could say, and here comes Marvin, Zips, and the shit that I would get from my fellow students, yo, here comes Marvin, Zip. I'm like, Mom, do you know what they're doing? You know, and then I would get into fights, because it happens, and then she's getting mad at me. I'm like, you're getting mad at me? But you put me in Zips. So she upgrades. Hush puppies. And I walk around the school and I would hear, yo, here comes one. And I was like, Mom, why do you get? She said, they're good, they're solid, and they only cost me $12. Okay. Then of course there was the shirt. The big shirt in the 80s, especially with break dances, was the La Tigras. You know, so I said to my Mom, you gotta get me La Tigra. God bless her, she did try. But it was Le Fox. And I would get, and just to show you how uneducated we were in the 80s, fucking Fox, because you know, Foxes, what do they do? Right? But we're so stupid in the fucking 80s. I'm like, right, everybody sees me going, here comes one with the La Fox. That's a wolf. That's a coyote, but okay. So, you know, the torment, the bullying, I mean, but, you know, it's funny as shit because it's good material, huh? But, you know, like I said, growing up poor, you know, but you learn, right? And then you have older siblings that they look at you and they go, we can't let this happen anymore. I remember my brother Michael got me, at the time, the most expensive pair of sneakers. Now, how much is like the most expensive pair of sneakers? Like $1,000 for $1,500 for Balenciaga shitties, whatever they're called. Balenciagas, Yeezys. I don't even understand what those are, right? My brother got what is called the preambles to Air Jordans, because Air Jordan was still a second. Michael Jordan was a number 2 to somebody in North Carolina. James Worthy played for the Lakers in my favorite team. But they were called Nike Airs. They were high tops. And I remember my brother, and I was like, and after taxes and everything, I saw the register and read $56.72. Most expensive sneakers. I went to school, and this was 8th grade. And everybody's like, oh, yo, you got the Nike Air! Oh! Stepped on them. My motherfuckers, man. Got into a fight. You know, and then my mother said, oh! The problem is not being with the no money now, right? And I'm like, oh, God. Yeah, my mom's Puerto Rican, by the way. So, yeah, growing up poor, you struggle. I mean, you know, but you learn how to cope. What's a coping method? Like I said, we do poor well. Prime example. Okay, excuse my Kenny Marslovsky here, South Park reference, but like it's a mess. We keep our tags. We keep our stickers. Yeah. So, what the heck? It's candle wax. It's candle wax. Don't worry. So yeah, so I obviously now I am the king of the Burlington clearance rack. You know, see?
That's good, that's good.
Yeah, well, you know, listen, I'm humble. Taught me to be humble, but you know. And it's praise to my mom and all that, but like still sometimes I think about that Robbins, and I think about those zips, and I'm just like, damn, Mom. I think about the hand-me-downs, and man, you know, God bless her, taught me how to survive in this world. She's still with us at 89, God bless. All right. And I got a ton more material on her. That'll be for the next show.
Yes.
Thank you all very much.
I have to remember to be more humble. I have to remember to be more appreciative. I gotta call my mom and tell her, thank you for not getting me zips.
Yes!
For not getting me the hush puppies. No. I had it all. Thank you, Marvin. Very funny. Our next comedian is Gabe Morales. Gabe Morales is a New York City-based stand-up comedian and actor, a native of San Francisco, Gabe began acting in Bravo Theater's original production of The Sweetest Hangover and the Other STDs in 1989. Gabe moved to New York City to pursue a career in performing arts. In 2011, Gabe began performing stand-up coast to coast, sharing his unique perspective, wit, timing, and humor. Gabe has performed at Lehman Center for Performing Arts in Bronx, New York, NYC, Black Pride's Comedy Showcase in Times Square, the Magic Johnson Theater in Harlem, and at SF Showcases. Comedy Bodega and Esta Noche, SF Punchline, Rooster T. Feathers, Tommy T's, and SF Sketch Fest. Gabe has a BA in theater from City College of New York. Welcome up. He's funny and smart.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. No one's ever said that. It's beautiful to hear. Keep it going for all the comedians that you've seen and your hosts. She forgot to tell everybody that this is my first time doing stand-up. I asked her one thing. I said, tell everybody this is my first time. She made all this stuff up. Like, I never did. 1989, I wasn't even born yet.
It's in my phone.
Okay, what?
Yeah, you have it on your phone.
So you two always dress like this? In suit and tie every day?
Okay, so I want red.
What, you got a job interview or something? What are you doing? Work. Oh, you going to work? Hey, what are you doing?
That's how I roll.
Oh, that's how you They roll like it's 1950s, too. Ah. No one ever told you you're supposed to take that hat off when you come in here, right? Oh, okay. What you hiding underneath it?
My head.
Let me see. All right, Papa. Y'all hanging out all night, then going to church. That's what it is. That's why y'all dressed up like this. Ah, I know the trick. That wasn't that funny, huh? I guess you didn't like it. Oh, but they laugh. That's how we get paid up here. They laugh, sir. Eso me Te está burlando de mí. Let's see. So, this is my first time doing stand-up in 4 years. Woo! Thank you. You're eating up my time with all this clapping. I only have 10 minutes. It's like, keep it down. I don't know where to start because I want to tell jokes. I haven't told jokes in like 4 years, and it's like, wow, like, you know, so let's see. See if I remember this shit. I grew up in San Francisco.